welcome back to the Anfield Exchange, and it is getting tight in the Premier League. Arsenal have just beaten Tottenham 2-1. It puts them 4 points off us in the league. Obviously, Liverpool have still got a game in hand. That comes against Everton. But yeah, I mean, that's not going to be an easy game. And Arsenal 4 points away. They're getting way too close for us. And look, January transfer window, I keep saying this, we need to bring some players in. The way we're playing in the last few weeks, we look like we got quite a lot of tired legs in there. I mean, Robertson looks knackered after every game. Simicast probably not good enough to come in and be a first teamer. I've seen. Look, I don't want to be too harsh on Salah, but against Nottingham Forest, that was his worst performance of the season, and he looks like he could do with a rest. Look, I know you're not going to rest Salah, but you need to have players ready to come in. And from what we're seeing, it doesn't look like he is as that man. Salah looks tired. Gravenberch and McAllister are playing every game. Van Dijk's playing every game. Konate can pick up another injury. Gomez, injury. Kwanzaa, not quite at it. Conor Bradley just come back from injury. Szoboszlai just come back from illness. Jota, injury prone. Nunes not scoring goals. I mean, despite being top of the league and despite being top in the Champions League, I don't think we are necessarily in a positive position at the minute, which sounds crazy to say that, but obviously Arsenal are catching us. There was one point where I think we were 14 points clear, and in recent weeks we just seem to be picking up too many draws. We've obviously still only lost one game in the league against Nottingham Forest at Anfield earlier in the season, but we just seem to be seeing a lot more draws creeping in, where in the first sort of 15 games we were finishing them games off. And yeah, obviously the league title's getting the league's getting a lot closer. If I'm Slot, I'm screaming at whoever's in charge, bring me some players in. Look, we've bought Chiesa in the summer. That's not good enough, and that's an opportunistic signing. And I keep hearing this word from, well, not from Richard Hughes. I don't hear anything from Richard Hughes, but I keep hearing this. Will be in the market if there's an opportunity. Sometimes you can't wait for an opportunity, and as stupid as this sounds, sometimes you've just got to go out and overpay for a player to get them to the club. I mean, look, Van Dijk we bought for 80 million, and we probably overpaid for him when he came in, but look what he's gone and done now at the club. Just go out there, spend some money, and bring some players in. We need a new holding midfielder to give Gravenberch, give McAllister the rest that we need. We need a new left back, and we need a new left back now, because Robertson and Simicast are not there. They're not playing well. Centre back, we've got numbers, but we've got a lot of injury prone players. We need a striker. We need some help for Salah. I mean, there's a lot we need to do. And not only that, not only are we not buying players, we're not even keeping the players we've got. Salah, Trent and Van Dijk, there's still no news on contracts. What is Richard Hughes doing? It doesn't look like he's done anything since coming into Liverpool. And obviously this title race is getting closer and closer. And I'm not going to... If we blow this lead, and if we do not win this Premier League this season, it's not because of Slot. It's because of... Well, I don't know what it's because of. It's because we've not spent any money bringing players in. I mean, we brought Chiesa in. I don't think we brought anyone in January the year before. The summer... Okay, I think that was the summer... Yeah, we rebuilt the midfield, which was fine. I think we had a good transfer window then with McAllister, Endo, Gravenberch and Szoboszlai coming in. But look, it's been 3 transfer windows and we've not brought any real quality into the team. And we've still got these players that are picking up injuries. I love Diego Jota. I thought he was brilliant when he came on against Nottingham Forest, but he's not going to be fit for the full season, and we can't have that. We need a player that's going to be fit and going to be playing every game of every season. Núñez, it pains me to say this. I like Núñez, but I'm getting to the point where, well, I am there. I'm at the point now where it's not worked. It's not worked. I don't know if the rumours are true, but I'm not sure which team. There's a team in Saudi that have offered 70 million, and it's been rejected by Michael Edwards because he's looking for 75. I don't know if there's any truth in that. I've seen the rumours all over social media. Mate, I'd take 40 million for him. I'd take 40 million from Núñez and just take what you can and run. The fact they've rejected a £70 million offer, if it is true, is absolutely ridiculous. I cannot believe that is true, because that is stupid. But yeah, the main point of this video, we need to bring some players in, because we're looking leggy in recent weeks. We're looking like we're struggling to keep up the pace, keep up the momentum, because the players are playing too much football. I don't know what Slot has to do. Like, he's shown, he's bought himself enough money in the bank for me in the first half of the season to show that he's a brilliant manager, to show that he can win us things, but he needs backing. And I'm telling you 100% now, if Jurgen Klopp was still manager of Liverpool, FSG would have spent some money. Again, I don't know if this is because Richard Hughes, to me, is doing nothing. I don't know. Free contracts. Trent, Salah, Van Dijk should have been sealed 6 months ago. Even longer. I mean, even longer. When them contracts get to 2 years, you've got to get them sorted. And then obviously the Klopp announcement that he was leaving delays things. I can understand the players probably not wanting to enter contract negotiations while that's ongoing. They want to see who's appointed as manager. They want to see how it's going to develop. And now somehow we find ourselves in a position with a new sporting director in Richard Hughes, who's brought no players in, who hasn't sealed these contracts up. And even this rumour for Núñez, the £70 million rumour that's been rejected, part of that sort of rumour was that Michael Edwards stepped in for negotiations. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't think that was Michael Edwards' job. I thought this was Richard Hughes' job to negotiate transfers. Why? Where's Richard Hughes? If this is true, where is Richard Hughes in regards to getting this player out the door, getting the money in for him, and bringing new players in? I'm losing faith in our back room. I don't know what Michael Edwards' role is. I know he was brought in with the intent to find a club for FSG to buy. I don't think that's happened. I heard rumours that it was Toulouse, and I heard rumours it was Bordeaux. I don't know where we're at with that. Is that where Michael Edwards' focus is? We just need to bring players in to make sure we give it everything going into this second half of the season, because what I can't have again. Look, we're in the Carabao Cup. I think we'll go through in the Carabao Cup to the final. We're in the Champions League. We've pretty much qualified for the knockout stages. We're in the FA Cup. We got a nice tie against Plymouth. We're in all competitions. We're playing a lot of football. And if you remember when Klopp were in charge, when we were going for all 4 trophies, and everybody was saying, "Oh yeah, Liverpool could win all 4 trophies." We won the FA Cup, we won the Carabao Cup, and we just didn't have enough to win the league or the Champions League. We dropped away at the end, and that was probably because we played too many games with the same players. We didn't have the depth. We have got depth now, but there's not enough of it. We need to bring in a midfielder, a centre-back, a left-back, a striker, somebody who can give Mo Salah a rest. Because, Mo Salah's getting older. I love Mo Salah. He's brilliant. I'm not going to say a bad word about him. But he's getting older and he's going to need a rest. If you're not going to manage his minutes, you're going to end up with a Mo Salah in 2 years' time who gives us nothing. Preserve his legs. Give him a rest when you need to give him a rest. And look, the Nottingham Forest game, it was clear to see, and this is my one criticism of Slot. When Trent had a shocker, and I know everybody played bad against Man United, but when Trent had a shocker against Man United, he played 87 minutes, and then Conor Bradley come on, something like that. Mo Salah, for me last night, I was screaming for Chiesa to come on. I think when Chiesa comes on, he shows that he can create openings, he can create chances. I think every time he comes on for 15 minutes and he has 6 shots on goal. He's just got his first goal of the season in the FA Cup. Get him on. Give him a chance to try and go and get the winner. We needed a winner. And Mo Salah, okay, I know the last 10 minutes he had a lot of chances. But you can't just let a player play bad for 80 minutes and then hope that he's going to pop up with a goal. You've got to change things, and that's the one criticism of Slot is in recent weeks, the Man United game and the Nottingham Forest game, we've seen 2 top-class players have bad games and they've finished the games, basically. Yeah, a little bit frustrating, obviously, watching that Arsenal game. I was hoping that Tottenham could maybe get a result. Tottenham aren't great, and I don't think Arsenal played particularly well, but they're in that stage now where they're seeming to grind results out even without Saka. They have got a tough fixture list coming up. If we can go and beat Brentford at a weekend and then get another 3 points against Ipswich, I'm confident that Arsenal will drop points in the next 3 games. They've got Aston Villa, they've got Man City, and I'm not sure who they've got wedged in between that. But we're going to drop some points, so we need to get back to winning ways, because what we've been seeing recently isn't the sign of champions. The sign of champions is, even when you're playing bad, pick up the wins, and we've not been doing that. So, yeah, hopefully we can turn things around at the weekend against Brentford. Hopefully we can start to increase that lead at the top again, because we need to. We can't be having teams coming back into it. We can't be having it all to play for in the last 3 or 4 games of the season, because we've got the most difficult run in them last 3 or 4 games of the season. So we need to try and have it boxed off by then. Yeah, we need to bring some players in, and like I say, Slot needs to be screaming at Richard Hughes, get me some signings. We were apparently in for Kavicha. Ornstein tweeted that we were going to be competing if Kavicha was available. Kavicha became available, and then within the same week, it settled. He's going to PSG. We weren't even. There was nothing. That was frustrating. Kavicha's an unbelievable talent. And talk about being opportunistic. PSG have bought him for 60 million plus add-ons. £60 million plus add-ons. That's a deal. That's a deal. He's 23 years old and he's probably one of the best wingers in the world. There's your opportunity, and you've still done nothing. So, as bad as it sounds, just go and overspend on someone, on the right player, not just on anyone. But if you're gonna have to, like, if someone's worth 60 million and you have to get him for 80, get him for 80. Nobody cares about that 20 million. Just get him for 80 million and give us the best possible chance we've got of winning the Premier League and even winning the Champions League potentially. I'm not necessarily thinking about the Champions League. I'm solely focused on the Premier League. Just make sure, if we do lose it, there's no excuses for us losing it. Oh, we didn't have the depth, or we picked up injuries. Oh, we didn't spend any money in free transfer windows. You can't give Slot excuses like that. You got to go out. You got to go and get the players. We need the players. We need help. Come on, FSG, get your money out. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you on the next one.